So now we're going to be going through and ranking all the pistols in Tarkov. First pistol we have is the toy pistol and is very recently added. If you haven't used it, you're missing out. This is a pretty clear S tier. Next up we have the, I believe it's called the APS or ABS, one of the two. It's the full auto 9x18 pistol. I'm going to give this pistol a C tier, and that might be a hot take, but it's got 20 round mags and the ammo for it isn't very good. So that's why I'm giving it C tier. Next up, we have the M9. I'm going to give the M9 a B tier because it does have decent ammo, but I personally don't really like the pistol itself. I think it's kind of bad. Iron sights and everything. So that's why it's going to go B tier. The only thing that's making it B tier, again, is the ammo. Otherwise, I'd probably put it C tier. Next, we have the pocket rocket. Now, the pocket rocket is the one slot 9x19 revolver. It's not very good. You know, it's a cool little meme gun because you can literally just put it in your pockets. But it's not very good. Doesn't have very good range. I'm going to give it F tier. Only thing that makes it somewhat decent is that you can run like 9x19 AP or PvP, but the gun itself is really bad. Next, we have the 357 revolver, and I'm going to put this at F tier. And could be a hot take, but I've never actually seen anybody use this gun, and I've never actually used it myself. And now I say that, I have seen people have it on them, like after they've brought it in. Maybe like, you count on maybe like one hand how many times I've seen it. And I feel like that in itself kind of says how bad the pistol is. Because if it was somewhat decent, you would see people running it, but you don't ever see people running this pistol. So I will, actually, I was going to put it above the pocket rocket, but the pocket rocket's kind of a meme. I'm going to keep it behind the pocket rocket. Next, we have the 1911. 1911 is going to go B tier above the M9. The reason it's going here is because it's pretty solid. It can run 45 ACP AP, and then I believe it has like, what, 14 round mags. But I am going to leave it in B tier because I do think there is better than the M1911. Next, we have the 5.7. 5.7 is going to go S tier. You know, it shoots SS190s. It's really good for if you're ever doing a pistol run. This is what I recommend running. It is kind of expensive for a pistol, but it's, you know, it's effective and cheap. It's expensive for a pistol, but it's cheap because it's a pistol, if that makes sense. Since it can shoot SS190s, is really good against like level 4, even level 5 armor, I believe. So that's why I'm going to put this in S tier. Next, we have the Glock, and this is going to go for all Glocks. I'm going to put the Glock in A tier. With the recent update to pistols, the full auto Glock is a little bit more viable to run. And, you know, if you have a full 50 rounders of AP 6.3 or PvPs and a Glock, you're just going to shred someone. So that's why it's going to go A tier. We got the USP, and I'm going to put the USP in A tier behind the Glock because I think it's better than I think it's just a better 1911. More customization, larger mag size. So I think it's just better than 1911. Next up, we have the PL15. I'm going to put this at the top of B tier because it is a solid pistol. There's a lot of customization that you can do to it, which makes it pretty solid. Shoots by 9x19, so you can run some pretty decent ammo. I just don't think it's at the same tier as the USP or the blocks. That's why it's going to go B tier, but at the top of it. Next, we have the Makarov. I'm going to put the Makarov at the top of F tier. The only thing the Makarov's useful for is the Punisher quest where you have to give them in for, you know, the quest. Other than that, you're better off using the full auto APS or whatever this is called. I forget what it's called. It's A something. You're better off using this because bigger mag size, unless you run the drum mag for the Makarov. Why would you run in the drum mag? So I don't know. It's just F tier. Next, we have the PB. The silenced PB or whatever is basically just a Makarov but suppressed. I'm going to put it C tier right below the full auto pistol here. The reason it's going C tier and not F tier is because it has the suppressor. That's legit the only defining factor. It's just the suppressor. Now we have the RSH. This is the revolver that shoots the rounds, or the same rounds as the Ash 12. This is going to go S tier, and I'm actually going to put it up above the 5.7. I think it is the best pistol in the game by far, and for good reason. You can put a voodoo on it, you know, scopes like that, makes it kind of fun to run, and then it shoots Ash 12 ammo, so it's very, very strong. It's just a revolver, so when you go to reload, it is kind of slow at reloading, but I think the power makes up for that. So that's why it is going at the top of S tier. Next up, we have the P226. I'm going to put the P226 in B tier, right below the PL15. I think they're basically the same pistol. Like, they shoot the same rounds. They have the same amount of customization. So they're just going to go right next to each other. I would say they're like equally as good as each other. One is not like better than the other one. Next up, we have the Shrimp. This is actually going to go maybe a hot take. I'm going to put it above the, no, I'll put it at the bottom of A tier. Yeah, I'll put it at the bottom of A tier. It can shoot 9x21 PS, I believe that's the strongest round for it, which makes it a pretty decent pistol. I don't think that round is better than the 9x19 or the 45 ACP equivalent, so that's why it is going to rank below both the Glock and the USP. But it is still a solid pistol. There's a decent amount of customization to it, and it's just, you know, it's still a solid pistol to run, so might as well put it A tier. Next, we have the TT. This is pretty obvious. Going F tier. Reason is going F tier. You do see people running this, surprisingly. But it's not good. Yeah, I don't really know why you see people running this. The only reason it's at the top of F tier is because, again, you see people running it. You don't really see people running these pistols, so it doesn't really make sense for it to be behind these ones. And last but not least, we have the Garage. And the Garage I actually like. It's pretty basic. You just kind of, but it is a good pistol, and it shoots 9x19 again, so it is very cost effective because you don't have to do any modding to it. I mean, you don't have to do any modding to any of the pistols, but it is, some of them, it is nice. I will put this above the M9 though. I like it more than the M9, so that's why it is going in B tier. So anyways, that is my pistols tier list for Tarkov. Let me know what you guys do and don't agree with. But anyways, thanks for watching, and good luck in your Tarkov raids.